Okay, so more about citations and citation managers. So some differences between certain citations. APA has a digital object identifier for online journals. The American Chemical Society abbreviates journal titles. CSE uses superscript in text and a numbered list, and Chicago has a footnotes format. Punctuation is always different and is very important. ACS also uses superscripts and numbers the reference list. There are many other differences, so see the manuals, guides, and examples for specifics. Different names for the full list. APA is called references. MLA is works cited. CSE is cited references. ACS is references, and Chicago is bibliography. So be aware of that. Basic parts of a citation is the article, the title, article book, whether it's an article, book, or journal, the year published, volume, issue, page numbers, then the publisher and location for books, the web URL for stuff on the internet. So make sure you follow the formula. Here's an APA example. DOI is a digital object identifier for online electronic articles. So as you can see, there's the author, and then the date, and the article title, and then the journal title, and then the volume, issue, page number range, and then the digital object identifier. And also be aware of the punctuation. It's first initial of the author, parentheses, date, period, italics for the journal title, comma, so be aware of that. MLA example, authors first, the article title in quotes, and then the journal title, and the source type and date accessed, and the date. Here's an ACS example. So they abbreviate the journal titles, and sometimes they do not use the numbered list, so be careful of this. Like reference numbering, they use 1, and then you have to do the authors after the 1, and then the article title, and then journal title, date, volume, page number range. So you can see there's a lot of differences. So if you're at an article, this is an example of an ACS style article. So they have superscript in-text citations over here, and they have a numbered reference list right here. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all the way down to 18. And then they have the digital object identifier at the end of each. So CSE example, they have the reference numbering as well, but it's a period instead of the in paragraph. So then there's the author, the article title, the journal title, the volume number and date, and then the volume number and page range. But yeah, be very aware of punctuation. Here's a Chicago example. It has the authors and then the article titles, then the journal title, and then the volume number and page number, and then the date, and then the date accessed. So they want the date accessed, and then they want the digital object identifier or the name of the database. So sometimes Chicago can look more like APA format, and footnotes would follow a similar author date format like APA, but notice the web address for the digital object identifier. You can copy and paste it into your web browser and go straight to the article. So in-text examples, APA would be the author's last names, comma, date, comma, page number. MLA would just be the author's last name and page number, no punctuation besides the parentheses. ACS would be superscript number corresponding to list, first in text citation, should start with A1. And then CSE is also used superscript. So for the page number or the specific quote or paraphrase. Put the page number of the specific quote or paraphrase in the in-text with CSE and ACS. Chicago Tourbillon is a footnote format, so you can see this would be at the bottom, and then it would be a number 1 in text. Put the page number of the specific quote or paraphrase. Look at the citation style guides for more info and examples. Each of these citation styles also has guidelines on how to format your paper, not just citation format, like title page format, page number format, margins, and spacing. Purdue OWL also has that. Follow examples like websites always need the web address, sometimes the date accessed. Images, look for those with a Creative Commons license, so they're free to use and publish. Patents, theses and books, print versus online articles, and other formats. Use the research and print guides and Purdue OWL again. So to gather citations, as you search, collect citation information for sources you may use later in your papers, so and in your poster. So where to collect citations: RefWorks, Zotero, Reference Feature in Microsoft Word, there is a RefWorks guide, and Mendeley. You can export from the databases as well, and if you want me to show you how to do that, just ask and I will do that for you. So peer-reviewed articles. What makes an article scholarly? How do you know? How can you determine you're looking at a peer-reviewed article? They are the building blocks of research and also called scholarly or refereed. A journal may be peer-reviewed, but sometimes not all the articles or materials contained in it are peer-reviewed. So review and research articles. Review articles review current and or past research on a topic and do not necessarily present new research or knowledge. They're structured much like research papers. Research articles present original research on a topic, and they have a critical argument structure such as question, hypothesis, evidence, answer. They will likely review some past research as part of introduction to provide context. This is a literature review. They often have book chapters in electronic form, sometimes look and function much like scholarly articles. Sometimes they're indistinguishable in databases, and they're cited differently than regular articles or books. How can you distinguish between these? Read through abstracts. Abstracts are very important. So, review and research articles all have title and citation info, abstract, introduction, literature review, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, references, and appendices, which are tables, graphs, data, etc. So citation searching is also called reference searching. You can discover and locate other relevant articles and sources from the reference list of an article. So that is called cross-referencing. You should always try to do that if you're stuck in your search. So why should you cite your sources? Well, first of all, plagiarism. To give credit where credit is due, to help others find the sources you used, and save yourself some grief with plagiarism. Again, here's the different styles and formats. Use a citation manager to store your citations, organize in folders, generate a reference list, and double check it because it might make mistakes even if you think it's perfect. Integrate citations as you write. It saves time, so be sure to set up an account with that. Zotero is free, web-based. It's a Firefox add-on and an MS Word plugin. Mendeley is free, and you can organize PDFs, collaborate with others. There are web and desktop versions. There is an integration in MS Word, references feature in Reference Word. It's free if you have Word, and you can cite while you write. So, practice. Search a full-text database like OneSearch, ScienceDirect, JSTOR, Bio1, etc. Find a full-text article on your poster topic, answer questions and read through articles, identify an article from a reference list, and find it using Moon Library resources and strategy, and then answer questions. We're going to practice that in your citation assignment. So, interlibrary loan, there is a LibGuide on this that you can check more about it, but this is what it should look like when you log in. You should have created an account already. Interlibrary Loan is a supplementary service provided in cooperation with libraries around the world to help with ESF. obtain materials needed for research and study that are not available at Moon. It's available to current faculty, staff, and students. Books and theses are borrowed from lending libraries, and individual journal articles are scanned and sent electronically from lending libraries. While most materials can be obtained, few libraries will lend whole periodicals, reference books, textbooks, media materials, rare books, or current publications in the last year. The speed with which requests get filled varies greatly depending on the type and rarity of the material requested, where it is located, geographically, and the form in which it is supplied. So this is a little how it works. The ILL request is submitted by you. The ILL office sends requests to potential lending libraries, and then that sends the item to the office, and then the item is received and processed, and you get an email notification that the item is available. WorldCat is a global catalog of library collections and a great place to find materials not owned by ESF and ESU. For articles, email notifications will be sent letting you know your article is available for viewing. Articles may be viewed by logging into your ILLiad account and clicking View next to the article shown in the electronically received articles box. Books and media, you'll also get email notifications, and some items will be marked as library use only, meaning that the lending library has stipulated that those items cannot be taken outside of Moon Library due to their fragile or rare nature. Renewals must be requested before the book is due. To renew a book, you can log into your ILLiad account, click on Checked Out Items on the left-hand side, click on the transaction due date. Often, books are only allowed one renewal by the lending library. It all depends on the lending library policies. If you have any questions about an interlibrary loan item or need help renewing an interlibrary look, please email moon@esf.edu. So more about your focus essay. It's worth 20 points. It'll help you complete your poster. It's due Monday, September 30th at 11:59 p.m., and you'll upload it to Blackboard. It'll help you understand your own personal research strategy process and how to focus your search for a variety of sources, how to see the connections between sources on your topic, and how to put together a reference list. The target length should be around 600 words, and it's about the research process for your poster. You're going to describe the process from start to finish, use a research log for notes, which I gave examples of. Your essay should include a reference list of your sources properly cited in APA style. To begin work towards a focus essay, record all of your search data for the poster project in a research log. And more homework for this week is Assessment 3 and the poster progress report, and these are all due Sunday. This is for my in-person class. Just a reminder, counseling services events in fall. There's Therapy Dogs, Stress Busters, What Am I Thankful For, Tobacco Quick Kits, Rise and Shine Coffee and Breakfast, Suicide Prevention Training, Tabling, Mental Health Event, Alcohol and Drug Awareness, and a mocktail party. And there is more about the Suicide Prevention Lifeline and the Suicide Prevention Training. So that's it for this slide, and there's one more slideshow for this week. Thanks, guys.